Alright, welcome to part 9 of how to play unfair. We just finished round number 3. As you can see, there are 3 of these funfair city cards in the discard pile, which means that we have just finished round 3 and we're about to start round 4. The starting player marker has been moved to this player over here. And as you can see, we only have one more funfair card before we move to the red unfair cards. Alright, so what we're going to go ahead and do is have the starting player move the marker to the event draw spot, and that means that that player draws an event card and this player draws an event card. Both players drew event cards as one of their actions in the previous round, so that's why they now have more than one event card to choose from. And now, having done that, the first player moves to the event card step. Time to flip this over. This is going to be the last good thing that affects all players. It says the festive season. Draw a park card. You may keep it or exchange it with a card from the market up to the same build price. The real gift was including the receipt at the bottom of the box. Alright, so basically you can, this is immediate because it doesn't say it happens during a particular step. So, starting with the starting player, of course, they draw the top card, and they can choose to either keep it in their hand, or they can choose to exchange it for anything in the market that costs equal or less. So this costs 7 coin, so if they wanted to, they could choose the lockers and coat check instead, or the corkscrew ornament, or the restrooms, but they couldn't choose the flagpole or the pirate theme because those are too expensive. Okay, now remember, their goal is to get a pirate theme on their food outfit and have one of each type of attraction. But there aren't any requirements other than that. They can't get a pirate theme because it's too expensive, but they could keep this or exchange it for something. They're thinking, they already have a throw right. They're thinking, why not exchange it with something that gives them a star, right? So they're going to go ahead and discard that. Actually, wait. It says exchange it okay, so they're going to go ahead and take this corkscrew ornament and exchange it for the information kiosk. So they now add that to their hand. All right. Now it's over to this guy's turn, and he has to do the exact same thing. This player draws the top card, and he has to decide whether to keep it or discard it for something less expensive. Now, in this case, this is expensive. This is 15. So he could go ahead and exchange it for anything here. Let's go ahead and take a look at this one more time. Remember, he needs a bunch of guest service upgrades. So he only has one guest service upgrade, which is a locker and coat check so far. So this restroom is looking pretty attractive, and so is this information kiosk. Now, even though it would be maybe a good idea to get something really expensive for this value, this is what he needs to complete his blueprints. He's going to go ahead and take the most expensive guest services upgrade, the information kiosk, and he's going to go ahead and put that in his hand and take this card that he drew from the top of the park card and put it there, exchanging it. Alright, so now that we've done that, the starting player goes ahead and moves the marker to the event play, and now it's time for this player to go ahead and play one of his event cards. If he wishes, of course, he could pass as usual. Alright, so he's going to go ahead and look here. He could build an upgrade in his hand immediately for free, do a bunch of blueprint cards, dismiss somebody's staff member, or protect himself from an injunction. Alright, now he's looking over at me, and he's noticing that I have a staff member here who isn't really doing anything for me, but if it says events cannot affect this staff member. So he can't dismiss, he can't use the frivolous lawsuit to dismiss this cast member. However, he could dismiss the balloon artist, forcing me to either spend 20 coin or discard a giant wad of cash, which is another type of event card, in order to keep him here. Because he knows that this guy is going to be worth 5 coin at the end of the game, or probably more. But this player is going to go ahead and do the good thing for himself first. He's going to go ahead and play this event card, the top, which is build and upgrade it from your hand immediately for free. So now, of course, this player only has 2 park cards in your hand. He has the corkscrew ornament, which costs 6 coin but gives you a star, and this, which costs 15, gives you 3. Of course, he's going to build the more expensive one for free, right? Splash ornament only on throw rides, but he has a throw ride right here. So he's going to go ahead and add that right there, just like that. And that's his event card. Moving clockwise around the table, this player now has a chance to play an event card. Is he going to play or is he going to pass? He could choose a card from the market, put it in his hand, or he could reveal the top card of the park deck, put it into his hand and stop, or discard it and reveal another up to a maximum of 5 cards. This is a way to sort of get the card you're looking for from the deck. Obviously, this player needs guest services upgrades, needs unique, and there is a unique one. There's a restroom. He doesn't have a restroom yet. He has a locker and code check already built, and he has an information kiosk in his hand. So he's going to go ahead and choose that card that he needs from the marketplace, put in his hand so that nobody else can steal it or build it. So he's got guest services upgrade restroom in his hand. Of course, starting player needs to flip over a new card to fill that hole. And now, both players have played an event card. It's back around to the starting player. He can choose to play or pass because not everybody's passed yet. He's going to go ahead and now choose to play this card. He's going to go ahead and do the bottom. He's going to dismiss a staff member. So he's telling this player right here that he needs to fire his balloon artist, and the money will go bye-bye too. This player now has a choice. He needs to see if he has a giant wad of cash, but he doesn't. He has fire drills and special offers. Is he willing to pay 20 coin to keep this cast member? Well, notice the cast member is worth 5 coin and 2 victory points right now, which is, of course, about 2 points of money and 2, so that's worth 4 points so far. But he's going to accumulate another 5 in this round, and then another 5 in the next 2 rounds. So that'll be 20, so he'll be worth 10, 11, 12 victory points at the end of the game if everything goes well. That's equal to the 20 coin it would cost to keep the balloon artist. So this player is going to go ahead and just keep the money and let this balloon artist get discarded. So that guy gets discarded. The money that was on him gets put back into the bank, and this player happily discards this card in order to make that happen. All right. So now the starting player moves. Oh, now this guy has a chance to play because not everybody's passed yet. And this person has to decide whether to retaliate by closing somebody's attraction or by revealing the top card of the park deck, putting it in their hand and stop or keep doing it up to 5. He's going to go ahead and do something good for himself because he's still looking for unique guest services upgrades. So he's going to go ahead and take one, look at it. Nope. He's going to discard it. So that's 1. Nope. That's 2. No, that's 3. Nope, that's 4. And the player's still looking for a guest services upgrade, and nope, he's stuck with this one. So he's going to go ahead and keep that. Alright. Now, this player passes, because he doesn't have any event cards. This player passes. Starting player moves it to Park Step 1. Park Step 1. Now, this public notice card has been revealed because this card was discarded. This means that at the end of this round, you won't be able to use one of the park actions to draw 2 blueprints and keep 1 or none. Kind of locking down the blueprints that you already have. Both players have to keep this in mind this round. The starting player is going to go ahead and decide whether to build something or to buy something from the marketplace. They have plenty of money, so that's not really an issue right now. They have to decide how they're going to meet this requirement. They just saw that a slideshow was discarded. And remember, they need a slideshow in order to meet their blueprint because they have 2 leader rides and no sideshows. But they realize the sideshow is now in the park discard pile. So they're going to need to go ahead and get some event cards so that they can try to search through the park discard pile in the next round. And for now, they still need that pirate theme on a food outlet, and so they're going to go ahead and pay the 12 to build that pirate theme that's in the marketplace. So there's the 12 coin, and they're going to go ahead and put that pirate theme on their food outlet. It says, after you build this upgrade, you may gain 5 coin. So they're going to go ahead and get 5 coin. I'm going to build that right here. And there we go. So they just built a pirate theme. They got their 5 extra coin as a reward. And now, if you look at their blueprint, you can see that they now have a food outlet with a pirate theme icon, and they meet the bonus target as well because they have a swinging ship. So it's likely that in a future turn, when they get that sideshow, in order to make room for the sideshow, they're going to have to demolish their monorail in order to make room for it because they need that swinging ship. But they don't need 2 leisure rides, and they can only fit 5 attractions in their park. Alright, so starting player's gone. Now it's this player's turn to go ahead and do something. They also have a ton of money, so money's not the object now. But they're getting a little bit in trouble here because they only have 2 attractions. They're not making good use of their park. They have to decide whether they're just going to keep accumulating money and do it that way, or whether they're going to try to build a bigger park and earn victory points that way. Remember, they need 3 guest services upgrades on an attraction. So now's a good time to do that. Are they going to build, let's see here, information kiosk, restrooms? They're going to go ahead and just get started on this. So they're going to pay the 7 to build the information kiosk. Obviously, they're going to build it onto this attraction. They're going to have to go ahead and pay this price. And it says at the bottom of the card, after you build this upgrade, you may draw a park card or an event card. Now, they've already had a little bit of luck in the park deck, but they're definitely thinking an event card would be more useful. So they get to just draw the top one for free and put it in their hand. They'll look at it later, because obviously it doesn't matter right now, because they won't be able to do anything into the next round. But it's always a good idea to look at your event cards when you get them, so you can kind of plan ahead what cards you should play now and what cards you should play later. So they're going to go ahead and build this into the back of this attraction. And as you can see, it's now built. This attraction is getting pretty big. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 icons on it now. But now that everybody's had a chance to do one park action, starting player moves it to the park step 2, and it's back to them. Once again, they forgot to fill the market after that player built something from the market. There we go. Once again, it's this player's turn to do something, and they're definitely thinking about drawing some event cards, because all they need is that sideshow. They're just waiting for that sideshow. So they're going to go ahead and draw 2, and then pick 1 to keep, if possible. This one forces you to discard another event card from your hand before you can play it. But your park is going to score a star total equal to its capacity. Now let's look at what their current star total is. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. They've already got 14 stars in the park. So this card would only give them a bump of 1 star. This one, though, lets you choose up to 3 upgrades in your park and rearrange them. They don't really need that either. They're doing okay. This card is a little bit more attractive, because this back card, because it lets them take that 4th action. And it could also protect them from a bad action from another player. So they're going to keep that action card, and they're going to discard this one, which is not of much use to them. Alright, that's their action, and now it's time for this guy's park action. Once again, they're on a building spree of guest services, so they're going to go ahead and build that restroom for the price of 3. They're just going to pay those 3 coins and build that onto their leisure ride. Alright, and now the starting player moves to park step 3. It's their turn to do something again. Alright, of course, they're going to draw another 2 event cards. As you can see, event cards are powerful, and they're figuring they can get something good here. Here, they could get an extra coin for each guest visiting their park. That's powerful. And protect themselves from something bad. Or here, they could close an attraction or gain 5 coin. Well, they're looking over here, and they're seeing that this attraction may be big, but it doesn't have any stars on it, so it's not going to do much good to close it. But they could get a lot of money from this, so they're going to go ahead and keep that event card and discard this one right here. Alright, so that's their action, and now this player's action is going to have to be either building, buying, drawing some cards, something like that. They're looking here, and they're seeing that they now have 3 guest services upgrades on this attraction. They meet their blueprint. But remember, blueprints are closing here pretty soon. So they're going to go ahead and try to see if they can meet a second blueprint before the game ends. They're taking a chance here to get some extra points. Here it says you need a thrill ride with a guest services upgrade or any food outlet. Now they already have the guest services upgrades. Maybe they could move them over to the thrill ride in a future turn. That's a possibility. And here they need a thrill ride with a corkscrew element, a splashdown element, and a sea serpent roll. That's going to be tough to do, even though it's medium, because they're so late in the game. They already have a sea serpent roll on this thrill ride, though. If they could add a corkscrew element and a splashdown element in the next couple rounds, they could be rolling in the money. So they have to decide what to do. I think they're going to go ahead and try to get those extra 22 points. So they're going to put that right there. Discard that. Of course, they could have discarded both cards. They didn't need to keep anything. Alright, and now the starting player checks to see if anybody has unlocked that 4th park step, which they haven't, and it's the guest step. So first we count up stars. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 stars. That's less than their maximum capacity, so they get all 14 of those dollars, 1 for each guest. 1, 2, 3, 13, and 14. And they don't have any special abilities this round, and this doesn't affect the guest step, so that's good. They just got 14. Over here, they get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 is definitely less than the capacity of 18. So they're going to go ahead and get their 9 coin. 1, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Alright, but they also, let's see if they have any extra coinage. Nope, they don't. Alright, so that is the end of the guess step, and now it's time for the cleanup step. Once again, we need to follow the plan right here. They need to discard any pinned event cards, which there aren't any. They need to turn up any face-down park cards, which no attractions are closed. They need to refill the market, which I will do here. Voila, just like that. Then they're going to go ahead and have to discard down to 5 cards in hand. This player has 4 park cards and an event card, so that's exactly 5, so they don't need to discard any cards. And this player has 2 event cards and 1 park card, so they don't need to discard any cards either. And then finally, the starting player token, the starting player marker, gets moved to the next player clockwise, so this player is now the starting player. Alright, they move the marker all the way to the back of the beginning, and as you can see, 4 rounds are now done because there's 4 park cards in the discard pile, 4 city cards, and now this gets moved over on top of the blueprint deck. The blueprint deck gets reshuffled, and the public notice gets placed on top of it, telling everybody by flipping it over that the blueprint deck is closed. You can only do it with special event cards or abilities. Now, the player is going to go ahead and get started. Round 5, second and last round of the entire game, because this is a shorter game due to the game changer.